Hey guys. It can be a difficult task to adapt a classic story into a new genre or medium. I, for one, really appreciate how Disney was able to take a classic tale like Treasure Island and adapt it into a sci-fi action movie into Treasure Planet. One such story that doesn't really work is Pinocchio 3000. I remember seeing the trailer for this movie back in high school, and to be honest, it looked really intriguing. Pinocchio was always one of my favorite fairy tales, and now they're reimagining it into a sci-fi story where he's a robot? This should be interesting. Although now that I look at the title for this movie, I'm left feeling a little confused. Pinocchio 3000K? Is this Pinocchio taking place in the year 3000 or the year 3 million? After we see Pinocchio being built over the opening credits, very much like Johnny Five in Short Circuit, our movie opens on the planet Coruscant. Oh boy, we're stuck in a Star Wars prequel. We see some kids walking to school, a few hundred feet in the air because that's safe, when they come upon a robot about to destroy a flower.
Oh no! That machine is gonna crush the flower! We have to do something!
Might I recommend you senselessly endangering your lives for no reason? Ah yes, jumping across to a ledge and facing a robot strong enough to install heavy metal plates in a matter of seconds. Good choice!
Do not proceed. You are trespassing in a restricted zone.
Hurry, Zach!
Yeah, sticking a brick in the wall somehow disables the robot, which should be strong enough to just yank it right out, and this little act of vandalism goes completely unpunished. Just the thing to show in a morality play like Pinocchio, right? We then meet the villain of the movie, Mayor Scamboli, played by Malcolm McDowell, if you can believe it. It would appear that this guy single-handedly brought forth the futuristic utopia we see before us.
We have soaring towers, gleaming industries, mega-brained robots. I could talk to you about Scambo welfare for retired robots, about Scam bonuses for outstanding robot achievements, about robo-nursing for depressed executives.
It would also seem that despite him being an obvious genius, he doesn't know how to find more competent lackeys than these two idiots.
I've got a hot new program for you robots. Want to try it out?
Oh no, don't, no!
This is Scamboli's daughter, Marlene, who I guess is some kind of futuristic hipster since she prefers reprogramming robots using CDs of all things. Might as well throw a 5 1/4 floppy disk at it. By the way, forcefully putting a new program into a robot that clearly doesn't want it? I'm pretty sure this is robot rape. And it's being perpetrated by an underage girl. Must be a Bob show! She complains about how the kids of Scamboville have nowhere to play, which is odd since they should have a surplus of leisure time, what with most of their labor being performed by robots. And within a matter of hours, he designs and builds a fully functioning theme park. I gotta say, as far as politicians go, I like this guy. He sees something wrong with the city, he fixes it. You go ahead and wear all the weird head plungers you like, Mr. Scamboli, just as long as you keep serving your city.
Jump, Frodo! I'll catch you! Don't miss!
Hey, wait a minute, we gotta back that up. Is that the troll face? It is! It's the freaking troll face! How do you like that? First I was doing movie reviews, now I'm discovering the origins of internet memes. Tune in next week when we ask Moon Moon what the fox really says. Before Scamboli can open up the park and earn the city billions in tourism revenue, we see Geppetto bring his own little project to life by sucking up all the city's power. Are we sure that Scamboli's the bad guy here? So yeah, the not very fuel-efficient Pinocchio comes to life. And no, it's never explained why he's called Pinocchio if he's not made of pine like he was in the original book. Geppetto explains that he built Pinocchio to be his son, which is rather confusing, since he's already surrounded by robotic life everywhere he looks. He lives in a sentient house, he has a psychoneurotic robot penguin butler. Shouldn't he have all the companionship that he needs? And why did he design Pinocchio to have this weird Phantom of the Opera mask? Why is the rest of his body clearly robotic, but Geppetto put more time and care into making his mouth look more like that of a real little boy? Don't answer that! Geppetto starts telling Pinocchio of all the fun they'll be having together, but then realizes that he'll never grow up like a real boy. This is as good a time as any for Cyberina, the holographic fairy, to show up.
I feel good. Turn around, boy. Let me have a look at you. Very designed, Geppetto. But then again, you're Italian. Looks like my toaster.
Oh boy, where to begin with this character? First of all, apparently Whoopi Goldberg will appear in any movie. Second, this thing is just hideous. Was this really the best design they could have come up with? Third, why is she a seahorse shrimp monster thing? Was she programmed to look like this, or is she not human by her own design? In either case, why? Fourth, Pinocchio is a good design because Geppetto is Italian? Do all Italians just inherently know appealing mechanical design? And he looks like her toaster? Can somebody tell me what kind of a world we live in when toasters look like little boys? Fifth, that thing is just hideous!
Look at my coils! Did I really program this ugly dude? Recoil!
Okay. Anyway, she tells Pinocchio that he can be a real boy like Geppetto wants him to be, but first he'll have to learn the difference between right and wrong. She gives him a little help in that regard by remotely programming his telescopic nose to grow whenever he does anything wrong. Why did Geppetto design Pinocchio's nose to do that?
By the way, Pinocchio, there was a cookie missing from the jar. Did you take it by any chance?
Yes, Papa Geppetto. I'm sorry.
Are you sure you took it? Because, I'd believe you if you said you didn't.
No, I took it, Papa. I wouldn't lie to you.
You could try. Who knows, you might get away with it.
And think about this. Some hologram made by God only knows can remotely reprogram custom-built robots and somehow turn them into human beings on a whim. This is why taking a fairy tale like this and turning it into a science fiction story just doesn't work. Who made this woman? Why did they make her? Why does she have these amazing godlike powers? Why does Geppetto want Pinocchio to go to school when he can just have information downloaded into his head? What's the point of introducing this classic sci-fi theme of nature versus industrialization when that theme has nothing to do with the story of Pinocchio, and it's not substantiated by how there is still plenty of plant life to spare? Why can't Scamboli just program some better henchmen? What's so special about Pinocchio when he's in a world where robots are everywhere?
It just raises too many questions.
Meanwhile, Scamboli is not happy about how his big opening night was ruined.
A simple blackout, and those little brats turn their back on me. Oh, no.
Why do you care? The kids don't pay taxes, they don't vote, everyone else in the city loves what you've done for them. Why do you need the kids to love you? We then find Pinocchio walking to school with his Uncle Spencer, played by Howie Mandel.
As my great Antarctica used to say, there are no right conflicts, just wrong solutions.
Spencer has an aunt? Do robots in this world procreate? They get to school, where they find Scamboli's cronies failing to give away free tickets to Scamboland. How hard can it be to push free tickets to the only entertainment venue in the city?
Hey, Spency, who's the kitty robot?
A toy! Can I play with him?
Quiet.
They're funny.
Remember, Doc Geppetto wants you to go to school.
Ooh, Geppetto builds great robots.
Let's see how tough he is. Okay, Cyberduck, you are toast.
As Uncle Pinguini says, if you can't join him, beat him! Hasta la pasta, baby!
Ah yes, you can't have Italian characters without making pasta jokes, can you? But you can have Italian characters who don't have Italian accents.
What's a robot doing at school? I'm a kid, just like everybody else. Yeah. What a funny trick. Oops. Sorry. a clumsy robot.
Unimpressed by Pinocchio's, antics, for lack of a better word, Marlene challenges him to a contest to see which of them has more imagination. They do this at a park, which, again, has plenty of green lying about, so why are flowers so endangered? Which conveniently has a gazebo that's rigged with white curtains in case anyone wants to come by and shoot a Mac vs. PC commercial.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Imagination Game. On my right, the reigning champion, Marlene. And on my left, embarking on his first flight of imagination, Pete. Aren't you supposed to be in school, honey?
Oh, yeah, well,
Pinocchio.
Yeah, there's some solid guidance right there. Hey, are you drinking alcohol?
Oh, yeah, well,
As I was saying, Cyberina makes some holograms based on the kid's imagination, which is downright scary since she can apparently read minds, and it takes us into a fun little musical montage.
What's the difference between a robot and a man?
What's the difference between a robot and a man? A lot! The game comes to an end, and Cyberina declares Marlene the winner.
no! This is lame! I was better than her!
Hey.
Keep the stupid metal, Zinkhead. I knew it! You're just a robot! I won! Fair and square!
You don't say.
I imagined 56,232 teraplops of information. She only imagined 40,000. 41 tops!
Honey, when you lose the fight, taking the medal ain't right.
Maybe not, but if the amount of imagination used can actually be calculated, and Pinocchio used more imagination than Marlene, then how did she win? What's so wrong about having an injustice and wanting it to be righted? And his nose grows because of any bad behavior? I thought it was just supposed to be a lie detector. Before Pinocchio can go back to school, Cabby and Roto here take him to see Scamboli. It's also worth noting that another of Scamboli's accomplishments was altering the atmosphere so that every sunset makes the world glow a vibrant gold. This is a man who truly has glorious dreams for his city.
So, you like games?
I know. I was supposed to be in school.
Not at all. I mean, why go to school when you can go to, well, Scambo Land, for instance? I wish the other children were like you, but they won't listen to me.
At least we do, boss. You can always count on robots.
We know how to obey, and we're smart.
Life would be great if kids were more like us.
You've got a good point, Pinocchio. I couldn't agree with you more.
Scamboli proposes that Pinocchio be the official mascot of Scambo Land to help draw in the kids, to which he agrees.
I'm your friend Pinocchio! I know a special place where only kids and robots are allowed. Come experience the fantastic new rides and attractions. I want you all to join me.
I must convince Pinocchio to come home.
He has to try to convince his child to come home with him? Why doesn't he just go and get him? Also, we know that Scamboli has limitless resources at his disposal. If he needs a public face for his park, why can't he just build his own Pinocchio?
Thank you all for coming, and welcome to Scamboland!
Welcome to the party. Let's all get together. Life is fun and easy. Come on and dance with me.
Let's play for Pinocchio!
Still the robot dance. This is gonna stop. This is how it's gonna be.
Ooh, this place is just like a dream. Welcome to Scamboland!
Ah, good to know that 90s pop music still exists in the year 3000. Or 3 million, whatever. Geppetto shows up to get his son back, but he's immediately captured by Scamboli, and he's forced to watch his evil plan go into action. The kids all get onto a ride that goes through a giant whale. I get it! And they all turn into robots just like Pinocchio. If the idea is to control the children into doing what you want, wouldn't it be a lot simpler to just turn their brains into computers? Scamboli may be the greatest genius the city has ever known, but how is he supposed to sell this to the people? And why are they even turning into robots at all? The kids in the original story turned into donkeys because they were bad. What's so bad about visiting a theme park?
Marlene! It's yours. You won it. Huh? It's the first time anyone has done anything so nice.
I thought you won the medal. That's not nice, that's just doing the right thing. We then get this completely sporadic moment where Marlene takes Pinocchio back to the park so they can gaze into each other's eyes under the stars. Just a reminder, Pinocchio is only a few days old. Is anyone else creeped out right now?
Good night.
I'll just stare creepily at you. They wake up the next morning to find the other robots apparently have access to the key to Vector Sigma. Marlene is pissed at Pinocchio for laughing at this, and she throws the medal back at him.
I don't need a circuit board for a friend.
You and your stupid niceness can go to hell! Cabby and Roto tell Pinocchio where these other robots came from, and he goes off to find Geppetto to bring them back to normal. After a convoluted chase scene that ends in nothing more than pointlessly humiliating that Unit 12 robot, Pinocchio and Spencer go to Scamboland to find that Geppetto has been turned into a robot himself. Pinocchio and Spencer manage to escape as they run into...
The Tunnel of Danger. Excellent choice, Pinocchio.
The Tunnel of Danger. Excellent choice, marketing people. We were frozen today! They get trapped on this ride that starts firing lasers at them, but Pinocchio uses the metal to destroy the laser guns.
Come on, Spencer!
So, being selfish and insisting that you won the prize even though you didn't could actually end up saving the day. Good to know.
Pinocchio! I'll turn you into a tin can and stuff you with penguin meat!
Sheesh, even he thought that threat was stupid.
I'll turn you into a tin can and stuff you with penguin meat!
Oh wow, that was awkward. I need to think of better quips. Geppetto gets Scamboli's remote and turns the other robots against him. Because he was able to maintain his own free will, but these kids were not. That makes sense.
Stop it! Get out! Go away, you little brats! It's not over yet. Huh?
All over.
Oh no.
Then take this.
And with that final act of courage, Unit 12 sacrifices himself to become the true hero of this story. Why isn't this movie about him? I can see it now. 12 is a grizzled old cop who's very by the books, and he gets partnered up with Car 42, a new model fresh off the factory floor who teaches him how to be more compassionate. Damn, out of ammo. 12, we have to take him down, and we're out of options. There's only one thing we can do. No, we can't do that. It will destroy you. There's no choice! We have to stop him before he does anything worse to those kids! It's been an honor working with you, 42. Let's do this. Tell me that you wouldn't rather see that movie. They round up the other robots to go onto the ride backwards so they can become human again. Because roller coasters totally work that way.
This brings back the Berg. All of us walking in rows.
Making our way to the meeting grounds to have a massive penguin orgy. Geppetto goes through the ride to go back to normal too, but Scamboli stops the ride so he can... I don't know. Pinocchio tricks Scamboli into getting onto the ride and turns himself into a robot, which shouldn't work since they just programmed the ride to go backwards, and Cyberina arrives to wrap things up.
So, tell me, Robo-Boy, have you learned anything yet about right and wrong?
I wish I had, but I just made a total mess. I even helped Scamboli. That's why my dad ended up like this.
You know, I think your dad would be very, very proud of you. Now, do Do you remember what I promised?
So in the end, Pinocchio's good behavior had nothing to do with him becoming a real boy. Once again, we have the magnificent genius of Scamboli to thank. Seriously, Pinocchio just admitted that he's learned nothing about right and wrong, but that's enough for Sabrina to keep him going down the ride, which turns him into one ugly little kid. But what happened to Scamboli? He's been turned into a robot too! And he just stands there instead of going on a murderous rampage like you'd expect him to do right about now.
Now, Marebot, say sorry to the people.
Yay, he didn't say or do anything. Then Sabrina flies around and makes everything all colorful, which would have happened anyway if they just waited a few hours. And hooray, all the green is coming back to the city. Why are they trying to make us care about this? So that was Pinocchio 3000, an ambitious project with more than a few bugs to work out. You could put classic stories into many different interpretations, but making Pinocchio into a sci-fi adventure just fails on almost every level. There's no reason for Pinocchio to exist in a world that's already heavily saturated with sentient robots. The very presence of these robots introduces too many questions that are never addressed. The Save the Flowers message was pointless. And again, Pinocchio's journey ultimately contributes nothing to his goal of becoming a real boy. The animation is nice to look at, but that doesn't change the fact that the story just doesn't add up to anything. Well, actually, no, that's not entirely true. You want to know what it adds up to? 12. Seriously, his movie is one I'd pay to see. Or who knows, maybe I'll just have to make that movie myself one of these days. But this...
This place is just like a dream. Welcome to Scamboland. It's a world of fun, a world of games, where we can laugh and scream.
I am going to be a superstar.
About to get into this groove. Come on, let's dance. Let's go. Come on, let's dance. Come on, as we move, as we dance, we're about to get into this groove. Come and dance with me. To the party, to the robots. This is how it's gonna be.
Subscribe, like, follow.